Good afternoon. Today, sorry, I am a little out of it today. Anyhow, I'm ready to tell today's story. It is called The Dragon Painter, and it is about a dragon named Chang. So, this is story time with Saima, and it is Tuesday afternoon, not Monday afternoon. So I skipped a day. Sorry, I will try to be consistent on Mondays. Okay, so let's start today's story. It's called The Dragon Painter. High up in the mountains, there lived a great painter called Chang. Chang had lived in his house above on the mountain. Everyone loved Chang's beautiful pictures, and they were so lifelike that people came from all over China to see them. And Chang will put his pictures for sale so people would buy them. Remember the elves and the shoemaker? The shoemaker and his wife, they made shoes and people bought them. Well, Chang the painter made paintings. So there's Chang the painter at his house with his painting shop. So splash, 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 splish. Chang painted misty landscapes and vases full of flowers, but his animal pictures were the best of all. His butterflies and his birds really seemed alive, and they could almost see his rabbits twitch their noses. So Chang painted landscapes, flowers, hens, little chickadees, rabbits, all kind of different animals, and he was really good with painting them. Chang's pictures soon became famous all over the country. One day, the emperor of China heard about them. Now, the emperor needed someone to decorate his new temple. I shall ask Chang, he decided. So here's the big emperor sitting on his chair, and he wants Chang the painter to come and decorate his temple because he knows Chang is a very good painter. This Chang planned a splendid picture for the temple. On the first wall, he drew a pearl white dragon. It had long pointed horns and a long curved claws. The dragon breathed out huge clouds of steam. It looked perfect except for one thing. The dragon had no eyes. Whoa. So there's the nice white dragon with no eyes. Can you see it? Whoa. So he painted this big, nice white dragon on one of the walls of the temple for the emperor. The second dragon was jade green. It had a fierce face with bushy eyebrows, jagged teeth, and a big spiky nose. But the green dragon's eyes were empty too. Okay, so this is Chang, and he's painting now a second dragon, a green one, and there's a woman with her little child looking at the dragon. On the third wall, Chang painted a glimmering gold dragon. He gave it a long coiled tail, curling around its body. The gold dragon was nearly complete, but it didn't have any eyes either. So right now, Chang is painting all these dragons in different colors on different walls of the temple, but he's leaving out the eyes, so he's not painting their eyes. Let's see later on in the story why not. The fourth and final dragon had a twisting body with gleaming red scales and wicked claws. The red dragon had a terrifying face, but just like the others, its eyes were empty. Whoa, so here's the red dragon. So now we got four dragons, a white one, a red one, a gold one, and a green one. Chang turned to the emperor and bowed. Do you like the dragons, my lord? I do, replied the emperor. They're magnificent. There's just one problem. You haven't finished the eyes. I can't paint their eyes, said Chang. Dragons are magical creatures. If I painted their eyes, they will come to life. Stuff and nonsense, the emperor snapped. I order you to finish these dragons at once. So Chang thinks the dragons are magical, and if he paints their eyes, they will come to life. And the emperor doesn't think so. He thinks it's just kind of making it up. And they won't come to life, so he tells them to paint their eyes. I can't, cried Chang, but it was no good. He had to obey the emperor. With a wobbly hand, he painted the eyes on the first dragon. Sip, sip, splish. There was a rumble of thunder, and the sky grew dark. Chang paused. Get on with it, roared the emperor. So he did. And now there is the emperor, and then I don't know if it's the empress beside him and his little children. And there's Chang the painter painting the white dragon's eyes. Just as Chang finished, crack! A bolt of lightning split open the temple roof. The jade dragon blinked and looked around. It stretched its arms slowly and raised its head. The spiky nose cracked one of the temple's columns. Then the pearl dragon opened his eyes and yawned, showing rows of sharp white teeth. It breathed out burning clouds of steam. The people nearly screamed and ran for their lives. So the jade, that's the green jade dragon, and the white, that's the pearly dragon, they have their eyes painted and now they have come to life, just like Chang the painter had said. Suddenly, both dragons jumped from their walls and flew through the hole in the roof. They flew higher and higher until they disappeared into the clouds. See? So now the temple roof is torn open and both dragons are flying out the temple into the sky with their eyes and their mouth open. Then the red and gold dragons began to stir. Quickly, Chang grabbed his brush. He painted heavy chains around their necks. Splish, splosh. Clink, clink, clank, clank. The dragons roared and rattled their chains, but they couldn't fly away. So I guess Chang, the painter, decided to be clever with the last two dragons. So he painted their eyes, but he also painted chains on them so they can't fly away like the other two dragons. So the emperor had to make do with his only two dragons on his temple walls. But they were the best painted dragons in all of China. So these are the two dragons. They're on the walls, the red one and the gold one, but they do have locks and chain on them so they can't fly away like the other two dragons, and they do have eyes, and they were the most beautiful and the best painted dragons in all of China. And they lived in the emperor's temple. So, this is the end of the story. How did you like the story?